without further ado, let's stop dancing around this bush called The Division, and let me say this, man. The people who doubted that game's graphics, let me say this. The game looks good. Before I go and say my impressions, first, you was telling me before the podcast started that it made you it ticked you off a little bit. So tell the people first your impressions of it, and tell the people why you told me that.
Oh no, actually, I was only joking around. I was only pissed off because I got killed. Ooh.
That's a stupid reason to be mad. Because
that ain't a stupid reason.
It's a new game, of course mad.
Yeah, but listen, look. All right, so are you asking me what's my first impressions about the game, or why did I say I got upset?
I want you to tell the people what's your impressions of The Division. These people who didn't play it, these people only on the outside looking in, they want to hear your impressions, and you tell me, obviously, what made you mad. And if it's just you got killed, then you already told the people why you got mad.
Just I got killed.
Okay, then tell us your impressions.
This is exclusive. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Oh, you said that.
Everyone, your grandmom's mom, your cousin, your daddy.
No.
I just want to say this. I just want to say this right now. The Division. I put in probably at least 30 hours into the game already. I've been as soon as I got the beta, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I played it from 7 o'clock in the morning until 3 in the morning a.m. And I'm back on it today again. So I'm not gonna lie. When I first played the game, like my very first impression, as soon as I hopped on and I can start controlling the person and I was playing with and everything like that, I was kind of iffy about it. Like, okay, like it's all right. Like the controls and everything like that. Once I start getting, deeper into the game, like I had my like, okay, like it's okay, it's all right. I might give it a shot. I give it a shot. I keep playing more. Like it wasn't impressing me that much. And then when I started understanding it, when I start understanding the game, I'm gonna be honest. The Division, when we saw that E3 2013, I'm not gonna be long with this. When we started at E3 2013, I mean we saw it. Sorry, that was a different game. This is not the same game as that one. That's just my opinion. This is not the same game that you saw at E3. I'm not saying this game is garbage. Whatever this game is not what we've seen at E3. That's not the same game. That is something else, probably the Division 2 or something. Because it feels like this game has a different format, a whole entirely different format than the one we saw at E3 2013. Like when they say downgrade, I can't look at it as a downgrade. I just look at this as a different game because everything from I didn't know they even had crafting in the game. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was.
I didn't even mess with the crafting yet. Did you craft anything, or is it locked behind beta or full game?
It's locked behind beta. It's locked behind beta. That when I was in the safe zone and all that stuff like that, that's when I first dropped in the safe zone. I'm like, wow, like it looks good. It looks very good. The buildings and the sun shining on the buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It actually makes you feel like you're really in New York. Like I've seen certain streets here and there. Like I'm like, wow, this looks exactly like the same structure and everything. It's
one to one.
This is probably the best replica of New York I've ever seen in the gaming history in my life. Seriously. So that impressed me very much. The loot gear and things like that. How you find it, and you need to get these certain keys, dark zone keys and regular keys. All that stuff is immersive. You got to be deep. Honestly, to break it down like this, the reason why people say this game is garbage, I'm gonna tell you the reason why, because I've been on that side. I've been on the fence on both sides. I was on the other side of thinking this game is garbage, and now I'm on the other side thinking this game might be my game of the year, and I'm gonna explain why.
Oh my goodness.
Because
let me interrupt you before you go deep in that and tell the people something right quick. Okay, look. There's many games coming out this year. This is really the first of the big ones. You know, the Division is a
Yeah.
game that's been announced a long time ago, and now it's coming finally in 2016. So this is just one of the games. Now, Fresh is saying it might be his game of the year, but just to let you know, spoiler alert,
This is.
it's-
Oh yeah,
Uncharted
this only
4 is his
January.
gamer is his game of the year. I'm just letting you know. That's the
Yeah.
spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's yeah. Look, this is. I know. Listen, everybody. It's only January. We're not even in February yet. I'm saying, as of right now, the
Oh,
Division is definitely my game of the year. Right
stop
now.
it. Okay, let me
Until
let me.
I know.
No,
Look,
no,
I
let me.
know.
Let me say this, y'all. Let me say, not even y'all. Fresh, I'm talking to you. No, let's not say that because look, the beta has its share issues because
Uh-huh.
but we're gonna get to the issues after. Let me say my impressions of it. Okay, when I first jumped in the game, you know what I mean. I'm excited because it's a new game, right? It's a new something to play, and jumping in it and the character customization. Let me say this, man. They only got one black man in the face, man. I know it's the beta and you can't really edit. I hope they have sliders. You know what I mean? Like you can make your cheekbones and your chin and your
No, you
and
do
your
got that.
forehead. I hope they have that in the final game because right now they don't. Obviously, it's locked behind the full game. Hopefully, they have that in the final game because character customization is important. And my whole thing is, how long are we going to be with these characters? See, I told y'all earlier I was going to compare it to Destiny because everyone is. With Destiny, you got your characters for 10 years. That's a guarantee. You got your characters for 10 years. With the Division, I want to I want to know how hard will Ubisoft push this game because if this is Ubisoft's answer to the Division, they should let everyone know now that hey, this game is just going to expand. Division 2 comes out, you don't have to restart nothing. You just carry on
No.
and move on with your character because that's how Destiny's going to do it. You carry on your character throughout all the games and whatever expansions. So that's one thing that I was thinking of while playing it. Impression wise, I'm like, I
Yeah.
hope this game
Uh-huh.
carries on. Um,
I'm gonna tell you about that too.
all right, but just moving on. After that, the cutscene dropped with the, and they told us that they took out the first mission. That wasn't even the first part of the game. So I'm curious on what is the first part of the game. Like they have an opportunity to blow us out the water because that girl has an eye patch. She damaged her leg. So I'm thinking first part of the game, you and her running, and just like in Destiny, when you first come out of the ground that ghost spawns you have that single player experience until you go to the tower when the multiplayer opens. And I bet you that's basically MMO 101. 101, you start the guy by himself
Yeah.
and you carry on. So the first mission, I'm curious on how that happens and how it
Right.
goes down. So that was, I'm thinking like the story at the end of the day is straightforward. All right, New York gets attacked
Mm-hmm.
by dirty money. Literal sense, like this money was sick, and make people throw up and die and all that crap. The next impression was the graphics. My whole thing was I've been seeing this game on Xbox One through the last few days, so the graphics on Xbox One, let's just get it out there, okay, guys. The PS4 is stronger than the Xbox One. Big whoop. I'm sorry, guys. Xbox fanboys. Look, I used to be one of you. I used to be an Xbot, but now I'm an Xbot, EXBOT. But anyway, the graphics in the Division on PS4, like not only can you customize settings in the graphics in the settings fresh. I don't know if you knew that. You can go in the settings and you can change the sharpness. You can change the motion
Yeah.
blur. You can make the game look better than it is, and that's crazy. A console game letting you treat it like a PC game. You know how PC games you can customize the graphics, but
Right.
graphics on point and like that's just graphics on point. The story, I know. I look, man. Don't trust man, bro. They'll fail you multiple times. I just hope
Mm-hmm.
that the story, um, because my impression of the single player is that right, the game can be played as a single player game. I don't know because Fresh, I don't know if you jumped in the division with a friend or not, but I jumped in the division by myself and was going through the story and all this stuff by myself. And dude, you can play that game by yourself. So Colin Moriarty, this game might please you. Just saying, because I know how you were looking at the division. And if y'all don't know who Colin is, he does a podcast called Kind of Funny. Actually, P.S. I love you, XOXO, and y'all should definitely
Yeah.
check them out on iTunes. That podcast is on point. Um, Shout out. But anyway, yeah, this game could be played single player. First, did you
Yeah.
feel that same way? Do you think this game could be played single player?
I played all right, this is what I wanted to do, you know, just
Mm,
because like I feel like it was appropriate to do. Like I played I played all the story. I went in
mm,
the dark zone. I did everything that you could do in the division and single player.
mm.
And then I did it in the multiplayer. I did
Yeah.
it with friends and a whole group of party people, stuff like that. Now I don't think it matters. Both it don't matter how you play,
Mm,
multiplayer or single player. I think you'll be happy doing
mm.
either or.
Yeah.
Just like that because of the way the gameplay is and the content they have in the game. Like there's much things that you could do in the division. I could tell.
Yes.
Like along with this is only the beta. I'm still on it. Like I never played the last game I played 30 hours straight was GTA 5.
Mm.
That was the last game when it first came out. This right here that explains a lot from the division me playing it. I think it's a very good game, single player and multiplayer. And as for the story, it's better than what I expected to be.
Mm.
It's better. It's better than what I expected.
And that's why you're holding it really high as far as game of the year
Yeah,
candidate.
yeah.
The next thing I want to talk about is the Dark Zone. You said you did the Dark Zone by yourself. I jumped in the Dark Zone by myself, and son, look, I have videos on the division on this channel. Please check them out. I'm gonna leave them in the description. And like the Dark Zone is where I think the game can be like a brand new concept to console
Hmm.
gamers because we don't have access to like PC games like DayZ
Right.
and PC games like Rust. Now Xbox One actually has. I think Xbox One can do. I don't think Xbox One can do Rust, but definitely I know it could do Arc. But anyway, the division can do. It is in a position to do something really great with the Dark Zone. And my whole thing was with the Dark Zone is that intensity it brings. Fresh when you jumped into the Dark Zone, like my when I jumped in, I was like what was
Bruh.
your Dark Zone experience?
All right. My Dark Zone experience, I'm gonna say this right now. It was kind of like, all right, before I went to the Dark Zone, um, I wanted to at least get to level 6 because you start out at level 4. So I went to the Dark Zone at level 6. Now,
Mm,
while I was while I was on my journey, getting ready to go to the Dark Zone, it was feeling like I was about to get on a big roller coaster because my stomach was like twirling because I knew people was talking about the Dark Zone, and when people talk about the Dark Zone, it's
mm,
like the name itself kind of like frightened me. Like, okay, the Dark Zone, what I'm gonna see in here. So you walk through the middle, the safe zone part where you get your restock ammo and stuff like that, and you can buy stuff before you go to the Dark Zone. Now, I did all that, and as soon as I, entered the Dark Zone,
mm.
it was dark. It felt the dark. It felt weird. It felt creepy. It felt like I gotta watch over my back all
Yeah,
the time. Like I
yeah,
didn't trust people. People didn't trust me. I had to use my emotes a lot. Like that's one thing I do like about this game too. You use your emotes are useful because people wants to know if you're friendly. I made
yeah.
plenty of friends on this game just for doing
Already.
those emotes, and they're like, okay, like we inviting this guy to this party, our group, so he can run with us. So
Mm-hmm.
like things like that. But I I recommend everybody to at least be at level 8 before you get to the dark zone. Because when you're at level 8, you get to there's certain gear that you can get at level 8 and while you're maxed out. I'm maxed out in the dark zone level, which is 12.
Mm.
It was pretty hard to get to. What I didn't know in the dark zone before I get to the gear, when you die, you actually rank down. You
Yeah, you
rank
lose
down
money.
if you
You lose.
die.
Yeah, you lose.
Yeah, you lose money
The
and you
Dark
rank
Zone
down.
money. Dark Zone money.
Hmm.
Not your
Yeah,
out of the Dark Zone money.
yeah.
Your Dark Zone money.
Anybody who's like, kind of on the edge about the dark zone and they don't like it, I recommend you to stay in the dark zone for a while and get to level 12 or get to the highest level you can so you
Yeah.
can get better gear, better, guns and stuff like that because now I can compare it to Destiny. Now that I've played it,
Mm-hmm.
this dark zone
Yeah.
I think it's the core element to the division And
Yes, yes. In my
it's
opinion,
it's
I
it's
agree.
it's it's beautiful. It's
Yeah,
good. Like
yeah,
I I'm sorry to cut you off. It's a good thing because I can leave the dark zone whenever I want to. You know,
mm,
like I can feel safe, or if I want a little bit of excitement, I go to the dark zone. This game
yeah,
has its small, mediums, and its large qualities.
mm.
This game is really it's immersive. It's in my opinion, man. It drives me insane. Sometimes, the crazy part with the health and all that stuff like that, but we'll get into that later. We probably
Mm.
already talked about 10 minutes of the division already.
Let me say
Go
this.
ahead.
Let
You
me say
got
this
anything else to
fresh.
say?
Let me
I
say
can go
this.
all night.
As our initial and our impressions of this game, just to cap it off, because you know
Yeah,
we're gonna do impressions of the division on our own channels. Like I said,
yeah,
Fresh's channel is gonna be in the link in my channel. Subscribe here for it. Tune in for that. We're gonna do our own impressions
right.
on our own videos so we can really express the just the long version. If maybe it might be shorter than this
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we were
yeah.
both trying to share our experiences together. But I hope this impressions helped you out with your deciding factor on what the division is and what it's trying to do. But before we move on to the next subject, closing capping, capping off this, the division, bro. Um,
Yeah.
if you were to give it a score, the division review, like if you were to give the impressions a score of 1 out of 5, if we didn't really talk on the cons of it, let's just give a
Uh-huh.
number, and we could talk about the cons because we have,
Okay.
yeah, go a
All
number
right.
of one out
Now,
of five.
1 out of 5. All right. I'm gonna get
What
this
you
out the
say?
way real quick. I think you got to understand this game for you to actually, get into it. Just understand it first and give it a chance.
Mm.
But what number would I give it? I think mm, I give it a solid 8 because it's the beta. I
Wait,
give
wait,
it a
wait.
solid
A
8.
1 out of 5
What?
is like what?
Oh, I thought you 1 out of
I'm like,
5.
dang,
My
this dude loved the division,
bad.
bro.
No, no. Oh man. I give it a solid 4. I'll give it a
Okay.
4.
Oh,
Definitely a 4.
I, okay, let me say this. I will give it a 3 because let's say our cons right quick. The one con that, like I said, is this game gonna have? Like I said, the dark zone is its legs. I say the dark zone is gonna be where players like me who love PvP over PvE are gonna be at. I'm a PvP player. You know what I mean. Like the PvE elements of the game is cool and all, but I'm a PvE player at heart. You know, but I say they can improve on the Dark Zone, and we don't know the full game, so we really can't say what we played is what the Dark Zone is because the final
Mhm.
game can like here in the Dark Zone NPCs pop out of nowhere. Son, NPCs should be not everywhere, but in most places in the Dark Zone because I don't know if you ever just walked around the Dark Zone and it just be empty. Now look, the graphics are amazing, the mood is set, everything looks great, but it's empty. And I would like to see NPCs, like enemy NPCs, chilling just like in the normal outside the dark zone. In the dark outside the dark zone, bad guy NPCs be chilling in certain areas, but in the dark zone, I would like to see that in there. I would like to see just NPCs walking down the street together and they spot you and they just like, hey, get them or whatever. I want to see more
Yeah,
enemies
yeah.
in the dark zone because it's big enough to have players versus PVE versus you. Yeah, it's big enough to do that. What's your con?
My con is you can't kill the innocent people. I mean, I'm
What?
not saying that to I'm not saying that
Oh,
to be
Fresh,
like,
you're
because I'm
right. No,
messed
no,
up.
no. You good?
But
Yeah, go ahead.
it's just the fact that like it's just fake. If I shoot somebody, they should die or be hurt or something like
And you
that.
know what
Because
should
if I can
happen?
give you food, if I can
Give you
interact with
food.
you and give you food,
I
why
should be
can't
able
I
to
shoot
kill.
you? You
Son,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
so
Like,
right. Because look, this game is rated
right,
M for mature. And not only that, son, what if they
no
outside
blood.
the dark zone? Check this out. Outside the dark zone, you can go rogue outside the dark zone, and then NPCs like policemen or the soldiers, you go
They'll
rogue
come
for
get
them.
you. It's
You
kind it's
know,
kind of like having a
like
like
GTA
GTA
Five
a little
Star.
bit. Yeah.
So that would be amazing. And then you have a bounty on your head, and the bad guy NPCs see the bounty and say, "Hey, you're a rogue agent. I'm gonna get you for money or whatever." You know, dude, that'd be so epic if they
have some type of what you call it, theft, not theft. What you call it?
5-star system. Infamous rating.
Yeah, infamous level of crime. They should add that outside, because the dark zone, you can do whatever you want. There's no there's no order when it comes to the dark zone. So, and my second one is there's no blood. If I shoot somebody while they're on a wall or you running, blood should splatter on the wall if I shoot you near a wall. Things like that. I pay attention to detail.
Yeah.
Blood on the snow. That would be pretty cool if they add something like that. If somebody's wounded or something, you know how when they crawling, add blood on the snow while they crawling away and having leaking on the snow.
Yeah, like your character.
Very cool.
Exactly.
Another thing, cars don't blow up. I know they don't got gas in them, but when
if you throw a grenade at a car, exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't blow up. I'm pretty sure one car has gas in it, or a gas station you can shoot at, it blows up. That'd be pretty cool. I know it's not GTA, but I'm just adding my things in here. Another thing, while I'm hiding from somebody, like I wish they add this in here. If I'm hiding from somebody or an NPC, whatever, I wish I could just like hide in one of their cars. I could shut the car door.
Dude, that would be so epic. Like get in a car,
hide in the back seat, and then the door is closed. But
and
when
lean back.
When I press L2 to aim, the door opens.
What about it going in first person? You in the car in first person, you hear a heartbeat, you hear your heartbeat, and you can see the guys walking past the window. Son, like, you know how before we were talking, you were saying it got some survival elements. That would be the survival element, and like
that's the survival element.
the whole gone rogue outside the dark zone, and you hide in cars because the police are looking for you. Not the police, but the the agents that are still active or whatever. And obviously, a single player outside the dark zone, unless you invite players with you. That would just be so cool.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, that would be so cool.
Yeah,
but we're past.
I know we about to close it up.
We gotta close it off.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.